Mom frowned. I didn't get the memo. When did today become April Fool's? Gotta admit, that makeup job on Charlotte almost had me. Her eyes scanned my face. Just for a second, she looked scared. Then came the forced smile. So what is this, meant to shock me, or surprise me? The host shot a desperate look at a nearby journalist. The journalist stepped up, grabbed the mic. Dr. Cooper, I'll answer that in just a moment. Then she turned to the crowd. Hey, everyone. I'm Elaine Tyler, journalist and co-organizer of today's event. We're about to play a message from our cadaver. The screen behind the stage lit up. There I was, sitting on a beach, looking straight into the camera. Hey, I'm Charlotte Stein. I love the sun, the sky, the ocean, look how pretty it is behind me. Always wanted to come here with Mom and Dad. But that's not gonna happen. It's cool, though. I brought their picture, so it's like they're here. I pulled a photo from my bag, held it up. Anyway, my mom's amazing, and I suddenly leaned back and collapsed. The camera jostled, voices panicking off screen. She passed out. Get her to a hospital. I told you this was a bad idea. Then I popped back in, grinning like a dork. Haha, gotcha. Laughed so hard I started crying. Mom, I love you. So much. The video froze, me, tear-streaked and smiling. Mom didn't flinch. This is a medical conference, Ms. Tyler. Not a soap opera. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Wait, isn't that Dr. Cooper's daughter? I heard she was a match for her dad. If she'd just done the transplant, he'd still be alive. Selfish. Couldn't even save her own father. What's she doing here, turning a medical conference into a drama? Dr. Cooper's a big deal now. Bet this is all for attention or cash. That really Charlotte Stein? She got what was coming. Let her dad die, karma, plain and simple. But it wasn't that I didn't want to save him, I couldn't. If I could've, I'd have traded places in a heartbeat. I couldn't even save myself. As the murmurs grew, Mom's face shifted. She reached for me. Elaine cut in before she could touch me. Dr. Cooper, please, watch the rest of the documentary. I hope Charlotte's cancer journey shows what leukemia patients really go through. The screen switched, music blaring. A packed bar. Lights flashing. Chaos everywhere. I weaved through the crowd, balancing a tray of drinks. My makeup was thick, but it couldn't hide how pale I looked. Suddenly, I chucked a drink at the camera, clearly over it. Can you not bug me while I'm working? You're Charlotte Stein, right? I'm Elaine Tyler. Journalist with a cancer support org. We're filming a documentary on leukemia patients. If you join, we'll cover all your treatment costs. Elaine's voice was calm. Kind. I stared dead at the lens. If I say yes, can you just hand me the cash? Silence. I gave a bitter half-smile and went back to the grind. Around 2 a.m. I stumbled out of the bar, drained. Elaine caught up. Do you need the money for something else? Maybe I can help. I looked up, and my nose exploded with blood. Off-screen, someone yelled, Miss Stein. Filming log, June 2, 2024. Miss Stein, are you working all these jobs to help pay for your dad's treatment? I bit into my popsicle, annoyed. So you've been snooping around behind my back? Elaine didn't flinch. We're telling your story. We had to understand your background. But you're really not going to tell your parents you're sick? I shook my head. No. Why not? She looked totally lost. I pulled out my phone, held it up. 4 o'clock to 7:30, breakfast shop. 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, sales job. 5:30 to 8 o'clock, tutoring center. 8:20 to 9:30, private tutoring. 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, late night food stall. My throat tightened. This is my mom's schedule. 5 jobs a day to pay for my dad's treatment. If she knew I was sick too. What then? Elaine's eyes got glassy. I sniffled. She sleeps 2 hours a day. That's it. Take those away, and she's gone. Tears slipped down. I continued, she was supposed to be a doctor. Saving lives. But she gave it all up for us. My dad got diagnosed my senior year. He didn't want to drag us down, so he tried to drown himself. We begged him not to. He listened. Elaine handed me a tissue. Miss Stein. I wiped my face. What do you think he'd do if he found out about me? One cancer patient's enough for this family. She tried to hug me. I shook my head. The day I found out I was a match was the same day another hospital told me I had leukemia. I panicked. Ran. I didn't want him to know. He thought I didn't want to save him, but he didn't get mad. He just begged me to stay. Said he didn't care, as long as I was happy. I swallowed hard. I was fine before that checkup. Why that day? Just a little more time. And I could have saved him. I covered my face and sobbed. Filming log, June 10, 2024. I was flying down the street on my e-bike, dodging cars, deliveries stacked on the back. The camera tried to keep up. After the last drop-off, I turned to it, out of breath. Told you, I don't have time for this. Miss Stein, wait. Elaine stepped in front of me, holding up her phone. Listen, we reached out to a charity. They raised enough to cover your dad's treatment. Please. We mean it. We want to help you. So don't give up on yourself. Come with us to the hospital, okay? Silence. My eyes stung. Tears slipped down. All right. I'll do it. You can film. Just consider it my thank you for saving my dad. Filming log, June 11, 2024. I stared at the bold letters on the contract, body donation. Then glanced at the camera. Where are these videos going? My parents can't see them. They can never know. Elaine stepped in. You're not gonna die, Charlotte. These are for internal use only. Promise, they won't find out. I smiled at the lens for the first time. Thanks, Elaine. Filming log, July 1, 2024. My face was gaunt, cheeks sunken. The hospital gown hung off me like a sheet. I struggled to sit up. Can I stop chemo? Elaine held my hand, shook her head. I know it's rough. But you have to believe, you can beat this. Just hang in there. The fevers, the puking, it all pushed me to the edge. That night, I snapped. Threw my food on the floor, screamed for everyone to leave. Later, I curled under the blankets, sobbing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Elaine wrapped me up, blanket and all. It's okay. My voice shook. I didn't know chemo hurt this bad. Dad went through all this for us. Elaine, I miss them so much. I miss my mom and dad. Filming log, September 1, 2024. Charlotte, it's your birthday. Got a wish? Camera locked on the hospital room door. I stepped out. Yellow dress, curly brown wig. Elaine, let's hit the amusement park. I popped some painkillers on the low. Elaine saw. Didn't say a word, just turned away and wiped her eyes. On the carousel, I threw up a peace sign. Elaine aimed her phone. Look here, smile. That's it, gorgeous. When the ride stopped, my legs quit on me. I hit the ground. Painkillers wore off. Back at the hospital, I got an injection ASAP. That night, I posted one of Elaine's pics. Camera zoomed in on my screen. A minute later, Dad liked it. Dropped a comment. Happy birthday, sweetheart. You've lost weight. Make sure you're eating well. 2 minutes later, Mom sent me $300. Double last month. I wiped my face, tears hitting the screen. Blew out the candles. Please let Mom and Dad always stay healthy and happy. Filming log, October 6, 2024. Charlotte. Elaine rushed in, panic in her voice. I was curled up under the blanket, shaking. Couldn't stop crying. She rested a hand on my head. You okay? I didn't move. Just stayed there until I finally peeked out. Swollen eyes. Tear-streaked face. My dad's gone, Elaine. She looked at me, heartbroken. Charlotte. I wiped my face and forced myself up. I need to see him. One last time. Cut to the funeral hall. Elaine arranged for someone to keep Mom away while I approached with a bouquet of flowers. I stepped up to the casket, placed the bouquet gently on top, and rested my hand on the lid. Head down, I whispered a quiet goodbye. No one noticed. Until I was climbing into the car. Charlotte. Mom's voice. I froze. Didn't look back. Just told the driver, go. In the side mirror, I saw her run a few steps. Then stop. She just stood there, stunned. Eyes full of disappointment. My phone buzzed. Mom. Hands shaking, I declined the call. Eyes shut, tears falling. I'm sorry, Mom. Filming log, December 10, 2024. Round 3 of chemo wrecked me. Elaine sat nearby, reading off names of leukemia survivors. I cut in. Elaine, take my picture. She blinked. What? While I still look like me. Let's shoot the one they'll use after I'm gone. Her voice cracked. Don't say that. I gave a weak smile. Just make sure I look good. We got to it. I threw on my wig, changed into fresh clothes. Took me a whole hour. I sat against a plain white wall and gave the camera my biggest smile. Elaine's hands were shaking. Her eyes were red. First 10 shots. All blurry. I frowned. These are terrible. She sniffled. You promised you'd fight. If not, I'm using these hideous ones. I cracked up. Fine, fine. Just make sure I look cute. Right then, a flock of birds flew past the window, chirping like crazy. Elaine refocused, aimed at my face. Click. That smile. Locked in forever. Doctor. Somebody help. Everything went loud, then muffled. Elaine dropped the camera and bolted toward me. The ceiling spun. I stared up, blinking slow. I'm sorry, Mom. Dad. I'm coming.